The Inhabitant is a mystery box film. It drops you in the middle of a mysterious situation and presents strange events one after another that will keep you guessing until the finale. A series of murders, a dangerous curse, and a dark mystery. Hello and welcome to my channel. I review new movies and try to release a new review every day from Monday to Friday. Today I'm reviewing The Inhabitant. It's directed by Jaron Lauder and written by Kevin Bacher. It stars Leslie Bibb, Dermot Mulroney, and Odessa Azayan. The Inhabitant is an R-rated horror/thriller with a low budget. The R rating feels a little harsh, but to make things clear, it does have a few murders in it. Despite the genre and rating, it's not a gory film, and nothing in the film is too disgusting. It has solid acting and a decent soundtrack. The writing could be better, and the visuals definitely hold it back. But before we get too far into my review, let's go over the plot. The story follows Tara Borden, seemingly normal girl from a normal town, but in truth the Borden family harbors a dark secret. A curse is said to have been placed on the family which causes the women to go mad and murder people with an axe. The first member of the Borden family to suffer from it was Lizzie Borden, a young woman living in the 1800s, who murdered her mother and father with an axe. In modern times, Tara starts to have visions of a woman invading her room, and waking nightmares of her family's gruesome deaths. Fearing she's losing her mind, Tara tries to uncover the dark secrets of the Borden family. The Inhabitant does a great job of playing its cards close to its chest. It makes you think that anyone in the Borden family could be behind the events of the film, and even throws in a new suspect towards the end. It's intriguing, and trying to figure out who was behind it all was a ton of fun. It's my favorite part of the film, even though I didn't get it right. After the reveal, however, I was expecting to get a few more answers than what we actually got. How did the killer choose their targets? How did the ant get loose? And what actually was the supernatural element? It never answers these basic questions that the audience has, and feels shallow when you start to peel back all of its layers. Like most mystery box concepts, it leaves you wanting more answers and wondering if the writers even had any. It was also a little hard to follow. There are a lot of characters that we don't spend a lot of time with, and whose names are only said once or twice, and the film jumps around a lot, introducing new concepts and characters all the time. It gives the film a hectic feel, and probably helps with keeping the mystery, but also gives it a rushed vibe as well. The soundtrack does a lot of heavy lifting. It's filled with anxiety-inducing tracks, weird instrumentals that give off eerie and disturbing vibes, and loud jump scares. The film rarely sits in silence, instead opting for a general anxious tone that covers the entire movie. It had my heart racing even when nothing was happening on screen, and it gave the whole film an ever-present, tense atmosphere. Like things could pop off at any moment. Visually, The Inhabitant isn't all that interesting to look at. The camera work seems very run-of-the-mill, and the only exciting parts of the film are kept short. Most of the violence is implied violence, meaning that it happens off-screen, and the few injuries we do see are somewhat fake-looking. They always come complete with a gigantic helping of fake blood, which doesn't help with the realism. They also chose to film the finale in the dark, and cut it up with shots of another character rushing home, which makes it really hard to tell what's happening in the scene. It was like they took a wet rag and threw it over both of the actors' work. They're both emoting their hearts out, and the scene is poorly lit and highly chopped up. Speaking of the acting, the cast does a fantastic job of selling their roles. Everyone from the lead to the supporting cast is doing their best, and it pays off. The emotions in the film feel really on point. The two standouts for me were Odessa Azayan as Tara and Liz Broadway as Susie. Their friendship is intense, and the scenes with Susie toward the end are truly disturbing. She perfectly portrays her hardship in a way that you understand what's going on without it ever being verbally addressed. Odessa Azayan starts off cocky and calm, joking about serious topics and challenging anyone who steps in front of her. Slowly, as the film progresses, she sheds that veneer and becomes a scared teenager afraid she's losing her sanity. It's a wonderful progression, and I tip my hat to her for such a fantastic job. Mulroney and Bibb also put on great performances, but neither is given enough screen time to really develop their characters. As a thriller, it works quite well. The mystery is maintained throughout the entirety of the film, and it isn't until the end that the truth is revealed. It might not be the best reveal, but it was fun playing the whodunit guessing game. The story lacks a lot of clarity and overutilizes the mystery box concept, but it's a decent budget thriller. As a horror film, it fails to elicit any deep feelings of disgust or terror, and instead falls flat on its face. 5 out of 10.